Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a relatively quick video because I want to give a shout out to someone I should have mentioned in a recent video. So, recently, an important poet, commentator, public figure died. Benjamin Zephaniah. If you don't know Benjamin Zephaniah, definitely check out his writing and look for him on YouTube because there's fantastic clips of him talking on TV and stuff. Benjamin Zephaniah was an amazing man and someone I wanted to do a tribute video to, but I used it also to talk about how important it is for these kinds of people to exist and to influence us, to educate us, and to have a great contribution to society. And I talked about a few others, but there was a glaring omission. So I've had some people make some comments underneath that have been really, really cool comments about who they would have put in there and how that sparked off what they thought would be a good person. And a few people said David Attenborough, which I fully agree with. I think David Attenborough is definitely one of those people that's made a really important contribution to society, and he's an absolute treasure. So yeah, David Attenborough, fully agree. But actually, someone that hasn't been mentioned, and I should have mentioned her in the video, I don't know how I forgot, but it made me think of her because, well, actually, it wasn't David Attenborough that made me think of it, but I was just looking through my books and I just thought, why did I not talk about Jane Goodall? Jane Goodall is an amazing woman. She's still around. She's 89. She was born in 1934, and she was a baroness originally. She doesn't get called that now. But anyway, she was born in 1934. She's 89 now. So similar age to David Attenborough. David Attenborough's like in his 90s. And I talked about Noam Chomsky in the video about how he's 95. So when they're that old, obviously there's an issue with how long are we going to have this great influence for. And she's been making all these different important contributions to society through being a primatologist and an anthropologist, and from her work with the chimpanzees especially. So that's kind of what she's specialized in. And she started working in Tanzania in 1960, working with the chimpanzees. And in 1971, she brought out an iconic book called In the Shadow of Man. You must read it if you haven't read it. It's a really important book, In the Shadow of Man, published in 1971. And that was sort of part of the early period of this huge influence she's had. And I want to do a special video about her books next year and about her in more detail. But I wanted to definitely mention her because I should have mentioned her in that other video. And she did another book recently, or I say recently, 1990. There's more recently, in 1990, which is called Through a Window. And that's about the dilemma between conservation and locking up chimpanzees or having them in captivity and that kind of thing. And she's a really important voice. And also, since 1977, there's been the Jane Goodall Institute, which has done phenomenal work around the world for conservation and for primate research and primate rights as well. And just in general, educating us about the primates and our place in that as well. So Jane Goodall is a phenomenal woman and one of my heroes, one of my daughter's heroes as well. She sometimes tells us about these Barbies that exist that she wants to get. We got her a Jane Goodall Barbie, which is awesome. I mean, she's nearly 30, but it's quite a cute thing and quite an awesome thing that they made. That she wanted to have that. I mean, it's fantastic that they made it because Jane Goodall is the kind of role model that should be out there for girls to look up to, I'd say. But we all look up to her because she's an amazing woman. So Jane Goodall, definitely someone I should have mentioned in the other video. Let me know what you think about her and what you've read by her. And I will be definitely doing another video of her next year. Thanks for watching. Stay curious. It will make life a lot better. Thank you.
picture of what it's like to be you. You sit up on your high chair on the outside looking